What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and welcome to the DeAndre Hopkins versus Jalen Ramsey wide receiver versus DB film breakdown. These are two of the best in the game duking it out. This is a throwback breakdown from last year, their matchup, and let's get started. And guys, if you like this video, please leave in the comments who you would like to see me break down next. I would really appreciate it. So this is going to be a great example of using kind of a hesitation release, double move to the outside to get some separation on this slant in the red zone. Let's watch this thing full speed. So 1-2, gets those hands off of him and accelerates out of the break, goes up and makes this catch for a touchdown. Now let's break this thing down. So with this left leg here, he takes a little bit of a hesitation move off the line. Hesitation move, setting Ramsey up. Now another thing I want you to see is he's in a very explosive pad level position. He doesn't take that hesitation and just stand straight up. And Ramsey does a good job of staying in his base, staying disciplined with that hesitation move. So what he does is he takes this right foot, and he's going to give a 1 right here and then a 2. Head and shoulder movement to the outside, having a plan for your hands, and it's going to get Ramsey stepping to the outside with all of his weight on that outside leg. So 1-2 here. Now, what I want you to see is how his shoulders are turned to the outside just a little bit. That's all it takes right here in this situation. Now, Ramsey's going to do a good job of jamming him with his right hand here. Now, what Hopkins does well is he's kind of violent with this left arm, okay? He's violent with this left arm. He does hit him on the helmet right here. I don't know if that's a flag or not, but he hits him on the helmet right here. But the thing is when he's violent with this offhand, that's going to allow him to get some separation because Ramsey, whether or not their elbows are hitting right here, and that gets Ramsey's arm off of him. That's why you got to be so violent with your hands as a receiver. We can't just be soft with our hands because Ramsey does a good job getting the hands on the inside, but he's aggressive with his hand. He's violent with his hand technique, having a plan for him. And you see what that move does, having a plan for your feet and for your hands. Getting his feet working to the outside gets Ramsey all the way on this outside leg, all of his way here. And then when you combine that with the great hand technique, the violent hands, he's able to get out. Now, one thing I want you to see, he's able to get some separation. One thing I want you to see is how well he gets out of this release. He's pumping his arms and he's accelerating because right here he has separation, but is he going to lose that separation? If you just stand up right here and start cruising like he does, Ramsey's going to be able to recover. He's a great DB, and you're going to see how he does great recoveries later in the video, but he accelerates out of this break. He pumps those arms, and now he's running for the goal line, or running up to this slant to get to his depth, and then he goes up and high points this thing, gets down for a touchdown. That's a great job having a plan for your hands and for your feet off the line of scrimmage. Just watch this thing full speed one more time. So hesitation, 1-2, violent hands, get those hands off, a little swat in the head right there, and catch this ball for a touchdown. Now, and this is going to be another example. He's going to be taking a little bit of a hesitation hop, and I want you to watch his left arm attack Ramsey's right arm. Okay, so let's watch this thing full speed. So coming off, bam, attack those hands. Now, Ramsey does a good job recovering this thing, and that's why DeAndre Hopkins is one of the best. He's got some of the best hands in the NFL. But the main thing I want you to see is right here, the separation that he gets at this point is what allows him to make this catch. Okay, Ramsey does have a good recovery, but he's able to get a step. And when you're playing a good DB like this and you got a good quarterback like Deshaun Watson and you're a great receiver, just a step is all you need. So, he kind of takes this hesitation move off the line with his right foot. Again, great pad level and a great pad level position. Ramsey, good base, strong base. He's not budging. Now, he takes that first step. Ramsey is a good first step, trying to take away the inside release. Now, what does Hopkins do? He does a great job of giving head and shoulders to the outside right here on this move. So a little hesitation, jab to the inside. Head and shoulders going this way to get Ramsey with his weight on the inside part of his foot to get him thinking he's going inside release and then take this thing outside, which is ultimately what Ramsey wants him to do because it's man coverage. So he goes 1-2. Now, main thing I want you to see, he's getting hands on him right here. He has a plan for this offhand right here. He's getting Ramsey's left hand off of him, and now this right arm is trying to get inside of his frame. But where does Hopkins attack? We talk about point of control all the time. Attacks that elbow. So he gets that elbow off of him right here, which doesn't allow him to recover. So he has a plan for this right hand, and he has a plan for this left hand, attacking both of Ramsey's hands. Now, this is a bad position for him to be in right here because the move set him up to the outside. He has to recover out of there. Hopkins has a plan for his hands, and now he's getting to this outside release. Now, when he's getting to this outside release, he does a great job of selling like he's just going vertical right now, which it is a vertical. But if he were to snap this thing off into a comeback or run a dig or run an out, it would have to all look the same at this point. He would have to be selling the fade. He'd have to be in a good pad level to get Ramsey to overcommit his hips. So that's one thing to keep in mind, receivers. Now, when this ball is coming, he doesn't run away from this contact. He engages this contact because he knows that if he starts trying to run away from this contact, he's going to get too close to the sideline. So he engages this contact, and this is all about repetition, guys. I'm not saying what during the route this is all going through his head, but we're being detailed because this is something that you can work on in the offseason to get you better. Now he's coming out right here. Ramsey's going to play those hands, and again, Just a great catch by DeAndre Hopkins. That's a great job showing late hands. That's why he's so talented. Got some guy pulling on you. You're being physical. You're matched up with a physical DB, and these are the plays that you have to make. And he has some of the best hands in the NFL. There's another look at it for you right there. That's a great job utilizing hand technique, using your feet off the line, using that hesitation move, but most importantly, attacking that point of control right here. Again, he attacks the wrist with his right hand, point of control, and the back of his elbow with his left hand, point of control. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So he's coming off the line, hesitation, bam. Get those two hands off of him, engages this contact, ball's coming. Nice catch over the top for a big, big play. It's a great job by DeAndre Hopkins. Now, I want you to see here, he's going to be taking this kind of split release or this wide step speed release here. So he's just putting one foot to the outside. Ramsey does a great job of not budging on this thing, but the main thing I want you to focus on is how, again, his hands and attacking the point of control. Let's watch this thing full speed. So comes out, attacks that point of control. He's in that blind spot, speed out. Catch this ball, toe tap, and let's get out of bounds. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So he's coming off the line here. He takes this wide step. Now, one thing I want you to see is even when he's trying to get into this route with just a little speed release here, he gets head and his shoulders to the inside. It doesn't really get Ramsey that much. He wants to force him inside. I'm guessing this is probably like a two-man look because he gives up the inside, and Ramsey's not one to do that against regular man coverage like if it was a cover 1 or cover 0 look. So he gives up the inside. You know he has help on the inside, but it's still man coverage, so he's got to get hands on him. He's going to try to reroute him. Now, what I want you to watch is how he attacks this back of his elbow. Again, a point of control. Look at that right there. Look at his hands. His palm isn't open. He doesn't have a weak palm. He's got a strong palm. Let's get that hand off of him right here. Get the hand off now. Where's he at right now? Ramsey's looking this way. This is his blind spot. And Hopkins knows I'm in his blind spot. I got to attack his blind spot to work. Now he's going to be running an out here. A little bit of a speed out again. He's physical. He engages with Ramsey. When we're playing a physical DB, we can't, it's either you're the hammer or the nail. You can't just let him be physical. We got to be physical right back at him. It's physical in the trenches. He's speed turning out of there, and he has a chance to recover if Hopkins doesn't get this hand on him and get a little bit of a push. But he runs this out, and this is a no indicator out. A no indicator out is where we kind of round this thing. He doesn't make some stick and some big move to the inside because he knows Ramsey isn't going to be able to see it anyways. He's speed turning out of there. Now, if he were to run a dig, that'd be a bad position because he could sell like he's going out then come back inside. That's the power of being in a blind spot. But he gets those hands off and he runs this no indicator out where he almost rounds the break. Being in an explosive pad level position is how you get to that point. And he's able to catch, drag that opposite foot right there. It's a catch. Yes, sir. It's a catch right here. 2 feet down, has possession of the ball. That's a great job by Hopkins. Working this release working this speed release, having a plan for his hands, attacking that blind spot, and then running a no indicator out where he just rounds this thing off. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So coming off, wide step speed release, get those hands off, attack that elbow, widen the route, be physical, get a little push off him, engage with the contact, toe tap, and get out of there. Okay, so this is a good play by the Jaguars defense. Now, I want you to watch the release that Hopkins does here because it's kind of like a walk-off release, and then he kicks up into second gear, a little bit of a slower played release. Let's watch this thing full speed, and then we'll break it down. So kind of slow, walks off, skip, kick into second gear, and the ball was late over the middle, which is why it was almost picked off. So we're going to focus on the release here, and then we're going to talk about obviously the ball needs to be out a little bit sooner. So he kind of gives a little hesitation here, maybe selling that he's blocking, gives a skip, and then he kicks into second gear. And he's got a plan for this offhand. Again, every single release, we got to have a plan. He's always thinking about his feet and his hands, and that's something that you come with repetition. You work all these releases in the off season, right? You're working these. He's not thinking. He didn't come up to the line right here, and in this position right here, he's going to think, oh, okay, what should I use? He comes up to the line. He's like, all right, I got it. I've watched film. I've studied Ramsey in this situation all week. I know what I like against this. I got about 3 things to choose. Pick one. Let's roll with it. That's what he's thinking right now. So he comes off a little slow play, walk off, release, skip, kick into second gear, get that off hand off of him, and now this is a bad position. He's looking back for the ball. Ball should be out right now. Get it in this hole right now. Get it to him. Especially in the red zone, we can't be late over the middle. He's looking for this ball, and you just can't try to make this throw over the middle. This is Watson. It was an all right throw. I mean, a little late over the middle. That's why it's almost going to get picked off here. I'm not going to criticize too much on the throw because I don't know the exact progression of this play. But if we want this ball out right here, for any quarterbacks watching this, it's got to be out soon. And receivers, we got to be expecting this ball in this window right here. We're not going to be getting this ball this late every time because that's what we run the risk of, is it getting picked off. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. But the thing is on a release against a physical DB like this, sometimes we got to change up the speed. Sometimes we got to change up what we're doing. A little skip release, kick up into second gear. That's how we're going to get separation. And Ramsey, off the line, didn't get hands on him. He probably studied that during the week on film, that in this situation, Ramsey doesn't jam off the line. He's kind of in this catch technique almost. He's not trying to jam him real quick right here. He's just coming off the line, not going to get hands, going to wait for him to engage. So let's watch this thing full speed again. So comes off, kick up into second gear, get that offensive hand off of him. Ramsey's trailing. Ball's a little late, which is why it ends up incomplete. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, guys. Please leave in the comments who you would like to see me break down next. I would really appreciate that, and I'll see you guys next time.